Yes, we will welcome back to another stream on Arsenal Football. This is another stream, an exclusive stream, should we say, as David Ornstein or Ramon says, exclusive. So, yeah, listen, I've decided, well, we're doing a Manchester United stream because we thought, why not just do one for the sake of it, new season. So, yeah, but I do have someone with me. It's been a long time. I'm happy to see him back, and it is the man himself, Dave. How you doing, man? How you doing?
I'm doing all right, Oris. I'm doing all right. What about yourself? How have you been? How's the summer been?
Yeah, it's been okay, man. It's been okay. I've been enjoying it personally, but yeah, hope your summer's been good as well, Dave. So yeah, um, but now, man, good to have you back. Good to have you back. You're now doing business over the summer, so we'll touch on that. But first, we'll go through the comments. Ryan says, "Big up, Orange, show a bit up yourself." Yep, smash what's next. People subscribe. At time podcast, big up, get the likes up, big up to you, JPT. But yeah, this is a Manchester United stream. I mean, where do we even touch on, man? Like transfer, like what do you want to touch on, Dave? Like,
Oris, my friend, you're the host. You ask, you have the questions. I'll give you the answers. It's up to me
I will. We'll
wherever we
start
take
with
you on.
transfers, and obviously Mason Mount. Like, no one expected it, to be fair. Especially with the number 7 shirt. What's your thoughts? Because for me, I have mixed feelings with this. But what's your thoughts on this one?
No, to be honest with you, Oris, I think if as a Manchester United supporter looking at his past 2 seasons at Chelsea, I think if you didn't have mixed feelings on it, I don't know what. I think you may be biased, or I don't know. I don't know. You could be, I don't know, part of the Sky Sports punditry team, because they all love the English players and all that. But look, I think Mason Mount's a decent player. I can't lie, but he's been horrific these past 2 seasons for Chelsea. This does raise some questions about Eric Ten Hag's talent ID in regards to, I think his player recruitment for me definitely raises some questions. I think when you have the likes of Lavia out and available, you have even Moises Caicedo, you can splash the cash there. You have Kone, Borussia Mönchengladbach out there and available, and you go and this wasn't a Glazer signing. This was Eric Ten Hag saying, "I want Mason Mount at all costs. I want Mason Mount," and it's a bit of a strange one, especially to give him the number 7. I just don't really agree with that. I have mixed feelings on that, but that's for a later conversation. But very interesting signing. I think this signing definitely gives some sort of inkling of the kind of football Ten Hag wants to play. If you look at us in preseason, we've been pressing like demons. We have been playing a very high line. We press we press like mad. So I think he'll be in there as just another runner. I think he's been brought in to be. I guess he's seen, or Ten Hag's seen him as like the quote unquote the Ericsson replacement. But I don't think he's half the footballer Ericsson is. But I think he has more legs, and I think that's what he's here for, to just be another runner, to just run around. Mason Mount and Conor Gallagher. Mason Mount's a little more technical ability, but I don't really see the difference between the two.
100%. And we got the comment from Will Lead saying the nice big up to Will
Big
Lead,
up a
man.
lead every single time.
100%, man. 100% big up to you, man. Big up to you. It's been a while, man.
Every,
It's been a while, Will Lead. So yeah, man. So hope we're doing well. Ryan has given him the number 7 a shot. Well, listen, I think with United, we haven't treated number 7 seriously, if we're being honest. So listen, I'm not.
I find it interesting because I think there were 2 players I think that were in the conversation for that. Jadon Sancho, Alejandro Garnacho. I think those 2 probably, if you were going to give it to someone, it probably would have been those 2. But I think that the number 7 shirt, I don't think either of them have deserved it. But if you're going to give it to someone, it would probably be one of those 2. But I would have left it vacant for a little bit. But of course, if Mason Mount said he wanted the number 7, I don't think Manchester United would, and they clearly didn't, refuse the player that number. But I don't know. I think this will put a lot more pressure on him to perform, but I don't think that clearly wasn't the right idea for me to just walk in and immediately, grab a hold of that number 7 shirt. But he's
Yeah,
here. You have to back him. I
of
want
course.
I want the base for Mason Mount. I want him to sit me down and prove me wrong and show me why we spent £60 million on him. But I hope he succeeds here, as I hope everyone does. But if it doesn't work out, I'm not going to be too surprised if it doesn't.
No, 100%. This is what I expect from Mason Mount. Like, I want him to prove me wrong. Like, I don't have. I'm not saying, oh, I hope he does bad. Like, I never wish on a player to do bad. So I want him to prove me wrong. So let's just see with Mount. Obviously, like you said, Tenor likes his high press. You know what? I don't know. I'm not comparing him and Klopp, but him and Klopp, I don't know. This style of play is a bit similar, man. High line, high press, a bit similar, man. But listen, I'm not gonna mention one name because you might get a bit, But Ralph Ragnick, he tried to adapt that at Man United, but yeah, it didn't work out. But Ten Hag, bringing his rules, bringing his principles, and yeah, listen, let's just see with Mount. Mount has been on the, as I said, preseason. Listen,
I think as
it's
a
only.
whole, we've been underwhelming. I don't think it's been,
Yeah.
just Mason Mount.
Mm.
I mean, this comment. I mean, between Mount and Kai Havertz. I mean, I don't know. Anyone could have a better. Anyone could be better than those two after how awful they were last season. But look, I think we've been underwhelming. I worry for us this season. Like I said back on August 1st of this time last year, when I said the exact same thing from Chelsea, and I was getting slandered by every Chelsea fan, left, right, and center, telling me I don't know what I'm on about. That I need to stick with baseball and basketball and all the American sports. And I said in August 1st, I seriously worry for Chelsea, and if they don't get some serious additions in, they are going to have a rough season. And lo and behold, look what happened to Chelsea this past season. So I hope I'm not wrong, but I will say if we don't get a few more additions, I could see us being in serious trouble, and we need to get at least another midfielder in and another center back, which will be crucial for us coming up this season. We still need to strengthen.
No, 100%. Yeah, 100%. Can I look at Edge like and then just me just we'll just see how the season starts, really. That's my
Who's he? Oh, he's referring to Kai Havertz.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's hard clock. Yeah, that Arsenal fan base, I can't.
Well, I mean, Kai Havertz is right at missing open. He's world class missing open goals. Being world class on being offsides. But remember, it's because he hasn't played in his natural position. He's not been playing in his natural position, Kai Havertz, even though I don't think anyone knows where his natural position is, whether it's the 8 or right wing or up front. I don't know what his natural position is, if I'm honest with you. But we'll see how Havertz does this season under a new manager.
We'll see. Rice is fantastic background there, boy. Yeah, no, 100%. But yeah, I think that's Mount on the way. The next one, listen, I'm gassed. Oh, Nana. Hey. For me, listen, brilliant business for us, I think. 45 million deal. He's going to change the way how we play, man. He's going to be very important for me. But what's your thoughts? Because when I saw the Here We Go, like, I got excited by him. But yeah, for me, he's going to be huge.
No, I'll echo every word that you just said. He 100% will change the way we play. And I think with Onana, we will create more chances and score more goals. You look at how Alisson in for Karius or Mignolet, and they've scored more goals. They've created more out from the back, and I think that's what Erik ten Hag wants to do. But to be honest with you, it's a great signing, but I don't think it was, an absolutely, an absolute gem of a signing. Like let's be real here. It wasn't. It was quite the obvious signing to make. There weren't many goalkeepers that have had a better season or have the attributes and who is also available on the market that Andre Onana has. He knows Eric Ten Hag, of course, and that immediately ticks another box. Well, apart from playing in the Eredivisie, that's of course if you played in the Eredivisie, then that immediately gets Ten Hag's check. But it was a no brainer and a good signing. 27 years of age. It's not even hit his prime yet, and I think with time, I think he will do great things for us, and I believe in Onana. I think he'll do great things for us. I'm excited he's here.
Same, man. I'm excited, man. I'm excited. Obviously, listen, I want Monday to come already. I want Monday to come. But yeah, listen, Onana, fantastic, absolutely fantastic. And thing I only have worries. I think United fans, we need to be patient with him. I think some of them they're gonna turn on him and say, oh, I think so because of his style, he does crazy stuff. There, comes out from his box. We've seen it in the preseason, obviously when he got chipped. But for me, I don't think that's his fault. For me, that stupid pass that he made. But yeah,
I mean, Onana's probably could have been a bit better, but first of all, it's preseason. Every goalkeeper makes mistakes. I mean, we've seen how many mistakes De Gea has made this past season, even though he's won the Golden Glove, which, if he didn't have Varane and Lissandro in front of him, he probably would have conceded more. But here's the thing. I believe that Onana will eventually settle in. And we're seeing things from Onana which we've not seen in the last, 12 years. So from David De Gea, so we've seen a goalkeeper that's coming out the box. It's not afraid to dribble with the ball at his feet. We're seeing something totally different. And he's also a great shot stopper as well, but that's something that he can improve on as well. But great goalkeeper. It was time for De Gea to go. Definitely was his time, and happy to have Onana here. Let's see what he can do.
100%. Yeah, 100%. Obviously, Onana in Champions League final. I know they still lost, but Onana was still crucial making them saves. And obviously, if you haven't managed, like Pep saying, how crucial Onana is and how he has to kind of change the system, then it just shows you how much praise and how quality is. So I'm looking forward to him. But yeah, make the mistakes, prison probably exactly what Onana was thinking. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, listen, I'm excited. Let's see what Onana brings us. But yeah, I like his mentality as well. He wants to win, and that's what every player should have. So yeah. Next one, I'm going to say his name correctly because I know he said in the interview. So Rasmus Højlund. So apparently the D is silent. So interesting. 70 million signing from Atalanta. What's your thoughts? Because for me, this is a prospect sign. I don't think this is, first team, 38 games and stuff. But I think this is for the prospect and stuff. But yeah.
No, I agree with you're saying. I think this is, I won't necessarily say brilliant business, but I'll say this is definitely leaning in the right direction and signing, especially a striker who's not on, the back part of their career, who's not in around the age of 30. We're signing a young player for the future. And with the price tag, I think it was 70 million, including add-ons. I think we paid roughly like 60 to 65 million up front. But this is a player that we're hoping is going to be something in the future. It's on that Ten Hag has wanted. Our recruitment staff has identified as someone or the person be the man to start up front for us and score the goals. So for me, the thing with Rasmus Højlund is people could talk about the fee, but other strikers that are out there, they weren't coming cheap either. I mean, Harry Kane would be the dream, but Daniel Levy will never in a million years sell him to us for any price. So that was immediately off the table. I heard Gonzalo Ramos was a backup option who's now at Paris Saint-Germain, but costing slightly less than that. I mean, if you want, I don't know what the fourth choice is, but I think it was actually Colomwani, who is, again, around the same price as Højlund. So there weren't too many quality strikers that were out there on the market for a reasonable price. They were all going to cost in excess of £60 million at the bare minimum up front. So no one was going cheap. So, and this is a position we 100% had to strengthen, and we had to strengthen and address this summer. We had to.
No, 100%, man, 100%. For me, with Hoyland, I think I think it's a good addition, man. We needed a striker, man. Because honestly, I couldn't watch any more by Ghost, man. Honestly, uh, we needed a striker. Hoyland, I'm looking forward to. I think it's 21, so I'm looking forward to what he does at
20 years
United.
of age.
Yeah, 22. So yeah, so I'm looking forward, man. Honestly, yeah. For me, I think reports saying that he's gonna miss the first three games, which is a bit of a it is a bit sad, but it is what it is, man. These injuries, we just have to be careful. I can't risk these injuries, but yeah. Two Blues podcast. Big up, two says big up, lads. Nicholas Jackson, better than relax, man, relax. So, but yeah, Hoyland. Let's just see, man. Let's just see what happens. But yeah, I'm presuming the next signing will be Sofyan Amrabat from Fiorentina. Obviously, we did get a comment saying Amrabat discussion, please. Where's United at with him? So I think from Romano saying that obviously because Fred's gone now, so I think Donny van de Beek as soon as he goes, now we turn our attention to Amrabat. What's your thoughts? Because listen, I'm really excited from Amrabat, but yeah, what's your thoughts on Sofyan Amrabat?
Good footballer. Very, very good footballer. And he's someone who'd come in, he can take over for Casemiro if he needs to. He can sit, he can hold, but he's the quality on the ball to also hurt you going forward as well. Technically a good footballer as well. His understanding of the game, he reads the game well. And this is someone who can come in and I think can also completely change the way that we play. If Erik ten Hag decides to have Casemiro and Amrabat play in a pivot, that could potentially completely change the role that Bruno has on the team, where he can just be able to freely roam and run around and not have to worry so much about the defensive work. A good signing, roughly probably around 20 to 25 million pounds. Very good signing, but again, it's not a signing which is where you look at it and you say, oh, this is an absolute gem. He's 26 years of age. He's one of the standout players in the World Cup, has had a great season with Fiorentina as well. This is a good player to sign who's ready for the next step. And Manchester United, I think we're the place to have him here for his next step. And if he comes, I hope for all the best and want to see him do well. This would be a great addition for us.
Yeah, no, 100%. Especially for the price that Fiorentina asks for that. For me, just try and get this deal done and quickly, man. Because I think they only want 25 million plus add-on. So yeah, try and get this done.
You're
But
locked up his contract.
yeah, exactly. And I'm excited from him. Definitely good competition. For me, he could be a star in some games, as you said before. You could go with Casemiro and Amrabat in the pivot, but you never know. He could replace Casemiro whenever he has bad games. But no, Amrabat, I'm excited from him. Just when put this bid in and get this deal done. But Amrabat, let's see what happens with him because, as you said, World Cup, Fiorentina season, yeah. I'm looking for, and I think it will be. I think it will be done because Fred's gone now, and the big is going to go on the permanent. So yeah, definitely, this is going to happen. So yeah, I think after that, I think Todibo or Pavard. For me, listen, I don't know where your stance is on, but for me, Todibo, young, much more younger, and I think he is way better than Pavard for me. But what's your stance on the centre back situations?
Well, Edmund Tapsoba is also on that short list, so
Yeah.
I would definitely have zero problems with taking him forward or with bringing him in. I very much like the prospect of signing Jean-Claude Todibo again. He's got the fundamentals. He's good on the ball. He's young. He's promising. He has everything that it takes to take that next step. And I agree. I think Pavard is an accomplished defender, but I think at the same time, I think he's still living and thinking it's 2018. It's not 2018, my friend. It's 2023. And he's 27, 28 years of age, hitting the prime, decent player, good player, but I think we're also trying to build for the future. He's definitely slowed down a bit, and I think Todibo can come in, and I think he'll understand as well very clearly that he's third or fourth choice, and he'll be fighting to keep his place in the squad, and I think that's someone who would be more ideal to bring in rather than bringing in Pavard, who will probably be expecting to start most games, which there's no need to break up our current center-back partnership. There's absolutely zero need for it unless some injuries come into play, but which again, Lindelof and Todibo would be great additions to have step in, fill in the gap, even Luke Shaw as well. So, yeah, I think I'd probably choose Todibo, and I'd say Tapsoba behind him, and Benjamin Pavard third. But if Ten Hag is insistent on Pavard, then go get Pavard. But for me, my personal preference would be one of Tapsoba or Todibo. I'd be happy with either.
Yeah, same. For me, I think the order that you said, I think that's correct for me. First, Todibo, second, Tapsoba, third, Pavard. But listen, I'll back the manager what his decisions are. But yeah, let's see what happens on that, because that's only going to happen once we get Amrabat sorted. So yeah, let's just see what happens with that. But listen, if Todibo happens, it happens. Because my preference is Todibo, but Tapsoba, that's an interesting one. Tapsoba. Listen, you know what I actually remember? I remember we done a stream once, and I think he mentioned Tapsoba once. So that's gonna be an interesting one. Pavard, let's see, man. Let's see with Pavard. For me, I think he wants to play more of a right back, but I just don't see it happening for me with Pavard. But then again, it is Ten Hag's decision, so yeah. But nah, man. I just want to speak about Ten Hag in general. People say I agree with the people about his ruthlessness. At Manchester United, obviously, De Gea, Ronaldo, Maguire. What have you made of Ten Hag so far at Manchester United?
If you're talking about in regards to just player personnel in general, I think some of the players that he's signed, some of them you can look at and question. But I think when it comes to getting rid of players, he's absolutely getting it spot on. He's gotten rid of 3 players that needed to go, or is getting in the process of getting rid of the third one. He's gotten rid of De Gea. He's gotten rid of CR7. He's getting rid of Maguire. All 3 of them who they needed to go ASAP, and it's shown that we look better and we play better without the 3 of them. So he's definitely on the right track with getting rid of players. Bringing players in is another question for me. We'll just have to look at the season. We'll have to wait and see what happens this season.
100%. Yeah, no, 100%. Let's just see what happens. But I'm liking what Ten Hag's doing so far. For me, it just shows that the club, they're putting full control with Ten Hag. Like, I can't remember when the last time we actually did this. If you can remember, but I don't remember when the club gave, control with Ten Hag and let him do what he wants to do. So yeah, let Ten Hag keep continuing doing his decisions and keep the club allowing him to say what he wants to say in the club. Because obviously, what recently I've seen that they've implemented something in the change room that the club declined for Jose Mourinho and Van Gaal. So that's interesting to see. But listen, I'm looking forward to this season. But we will touch about the new season. Let's say Amrabat Todibo's done. What's the expectations? Because I'm seeing fans saying title race, second, third. Are you expecting a title race from Manchester United this season?
For us to be in the title race, no. I think Arsenal are ahead of us. Look at their squad. They look better than us. I think Arsenal their squad in general, at the amount of depth that they have in each position, I think that they have more. Manchester City are just clear of everyone. And Liverpool can be a threat as well, reinforcing their midfield as well. There's no way they will be as poor and as inconsistent as they were last season. Chelsea will be improved. Tottenham in the games that they've had, the way they play football looks a whole lot better, a whole lot more improved. They brought in some key pieces, and we'll see how that comes along. You have the likes of Brighton, who still look very good as well. Aston Villa looks very scary going into this new season as well. So I think there are a lot of sides to look out and be aware of. It's definitely going to be much, much, much more difficult to, finish in the top four. And I think the expectations this season, there has to be some sort of progression. I think we have to win a trophy this season, make some progress in the Champions League as well, try and finish second if we can, but that will be a very difficult job as well. But yeah, I mean that's what I look for us this season. But if we don't, I won't be surprised as well. I don't think I still don't think we have the depth to compete on all different fronts.
Yeah, I see that. I see that. For me, I want to see consistency from this side. Home, we can be brilliant at home, but I want to see away. Away record. I want to see that improved. I want to see consistency from performances. I think I've said this before, but like specific players like Luke Shaw, this season he's got to be on it because now there's a striker now that would be bought, so he has to be on it now this season. Last season, Luke Shaw he was good, very good, Luke Shaw, but this season I want him to continue on that. I think the centre back partnership, continue like that. Martin Varane, solid. Right back, they're still fighting for each other. I don't know who Ten Hag has decided, but for me, they're not. But Ten Hag could go with Wan-Bissaka, even though he has improved massively. And yeah, I just want to see good football. And like you said, win a trophy, get second, and let's just see what happens. But as you said, it's going to be a tight season because Arsenal, they've added quite a few players like Declan Rice, Timber, Havertz. They've had a good signing, man. So it's going to be tough. It really is. But let's just see what happens, man. Let's just see what happens with United. But yeah, all I want to see is consistency, home and away. We can have good home records, but it's about the way because some of our away matches last season have been absolutely terrible. So yeah. Is there any specific players that you want to see that improve or have an eye out for?
For Manchester United, I mean, I guess we can continue talking about this before. I guess we can. I don't know. I guess we can compensate for my absence in the season opener, and we can touch on the entirety of the Premier League after we talk about United. But in regards to us, I think this season's a make or break for Jadon Sancho. I'm a huge fan of him, but I think this is going to be make or break for him. I really want to see him succeed, but I think if he has another poor season, I think he's gone and out the door. I think Ten Hag's going to give him one last grace, but I think if he fails, I think he's going to get sold. Antony will be interesting to see how he handles the second season in the Premier League after first season syndrome. Garnacho will be interesting to see what he can do. Rashford, if he maintains his consistency with last season. Anthony Martial to see how many games that he plays this season and how many times he's on the injury table. Probably more times than none, but we'll see. There will be a lot of interesting things to look out for us this season, but I think our attack is going to be the most intriguing conundrum or dilemma that I'll be looking out for us this season, in my opinion.
Yeah, 100%. I think Ten Hag, I don't think we know our best front three, to be fair. Because I know first 3 games, I know we could go with the likes of Garnacho on the left, Rashford up top, and Antony on the right, but we still haven't decided what our best front three is. So that's something for Ten Hag to decide on, really. So I'm looking forward to see how Højlund will adapt to this team and how he gets integrated. But let's just see. Let's just see what happens. But yeah, but nah. Listen, hopefully we have a good season, much better season than last season. Yeah, have a good record. But also one last thing, Bruno being named as club captain. Your thoughts on that?
I don't think it was a surprise. I think everyone knew he was going to take over the captaincy. It was so clear that he was going to take the captaincy. Wasn't surprised in the slightest. I think everyone was going to anticipate this to happen. Everyone did. It's very clear.
Yeah, no, 100%. For me, I expected this to happen anyway, so it was no brainer for me. So yeah, but no, I think that's everything that we discussed. So yeah, it's been a good one. Big up to everyone in the comments as added their comments as well, their thoughts. But yeah, hopefully United have a good season, and yeah, I'm looking forward to it, man. I'm looking forward to bring on Monday. Wolves, listen, manager bounce, we can forget about that. That doesn't happen in the first game. So United hopefully are clinical. That's one thing as well. Clinical. We need to be clinical, Dave. Honestly, the amount of chances that we missed last season. Yeah, but now hopefully we take our chances on and hopefully a better start of games, because last season the way we started our first 2 or 3 games. Yeah, listen, we need to sort that out and go into winning ways. But yeah, Dave, it has been a pleasure. Do you want to shout your socials and your YouTube channel?
Yep, sure. From all those who've forgotten I've existed, I'm still here. I'm not like Anthony Martial for most of the season, out in MIA. But if you want to find me, follow me at Premier League Primetime, PL Primetimes. That says right here on my name tag. And yeah, we're on Instagram, Spotify, YouTube, and Apple Podcasts. So please go and take a look. We released our season opener just over or under a week ago. So go take a look at what myself, Jose, Sirius, and Andre have to say for our Premier League predictions. Go check us out. And for those who don't know, I will be sliding across the pond in just over a month's time. So hopefully I will watch over in the UK.
100%, man, 100%. We've got something sorted, so yeah. It will be great to see Dave back in the UK where he belongs, really where he belongs. So yeah, it'll be great to see him. But yeah, big up to Dave. Go make sure you check out Premier League Prime Time, especially the new ones that have on the channel that don't know who he is. PL Prime Time on YouTube. Check the channel out and go watch their recent video where they do their predictions and stuff. So go check it out. Make sure you subscribe if you're new. Dave, has been a good one. Good to see you back on the stream. It was a good one. Let's hope we have a good season, Dave. Let's just hope. But yeah, big up to you, Dave. Big up to you, Connor. Yeah, great show. Big up to you, Ryan. Great show. Big up to you, Dave. Big up everyone, and we are out. Peace.